everybody, and welcome back to our Hersey Hoops podcast. My name is Connor Durkin. Joined alongside me is my fellow co-host, Connor Krebs. Today, we are sitting down with Coach Austin Scott and freshman Jackson Hupp. How are you guys today?
Doing great.
Big finals day like we were talking about, right?
Yes, big finals day.
As I always say, this is what gets me up on Wednesday mornings, man. The best part of my week. I have to say before we get started, the play-by-play call of the entire game, but really the final play, demonstrates your guys' energy, but also your guys' intellect. Krebs knew exactly what we were doing.
Exactly what you were going to run.
Krebs knew exactly. He was like, when I switched Cat from block to block, Krebs was like, because he wants him to set the screen. He's the biggest guy on the floor. Krebs, he knows, man. He's the Tony Romo of high school basketball play-by-play broadcasting.
I also ran your offense for a while. So
that behind the scenes, a great look behind the curtain for Krebs. Where does that knowledge come from? Now you know.
Yeah.
You always, even in football, he's been predicting stuff too.
Football, I had a couple really good
that
ones.
one game, dude, he was on.
The Jacobs game, I had like 4 in a row, and we were going nuts. They were going nuts. It was so funny.
ESPN, right here.
This man, right here. Recruit him early. You want to take the first question here?
It was a really exciting game last Friday against Wheeling where you guys secured the win. What were some of the things that stuck out to you guys that was the reason for your success?
Honestly, I think just our teamwork. So during the game, some points we were down, but we still stuck in it, and we all just had trust in each other, and it was a contributing effort to where not only one guy was kind of leading the team, it was all 5 guys on the court, everyone on the bench, just really bringing the energy and really bringing the support to each other.
Yeah, and I agree with everything Jackson said. In addition to that, I think we were much more poised in this game than we had been all year. So if you think about the last minute and a half, with 35 seconds left, we're down 3. We decide not to go for 3, but rather go for 2 and execute that play to Carson to get a driving layup perfectly. Instead of fouling right away when they inbound the ball, we press. They, fortunately for us, turned it over to us, and then we executed the out-of-bounds play. So, that poise under pressure was something that I think has been missing for us in crucial moments over the first part of the year, and that was to execute the out-of-bounds play without a timeout, too. That's on these guys. They did an excellent job getting in the right spots, knowing what they were doing. It's a good entry pass by the big fundamental over here. And then obviously a great pass by Carson, great screen by Cat. And then, good things happen when you put yourselves in position to be successful. So I was really proud of these guys for execution and poise down the stretch. I think that was – and obviously, there were some big plays. Jared Rigg had some big plays. Johnny Rigg had some big plays. Jackson had some big plays. Some great rebounding down the stretch too. Some good possessions. I don't know if we're going to get into that behind-the-back pass by Rigg to Jackson for the 3.
That was crazy because that was literally right in front of us.
Yeah.
We were looking down, and it was literally that was crazy.
I want to let the world know. Okay, I was just shocked that he threw it as anybody else. When you have a hard time, scoring, and then all of a sudden you whip out this Harlem Globetrotters-esque play.
Did you see it coming at all? Were you?
I had no clue. I thought he was either gonna hit a pull-up or maybe swing it back. But when he threw it behind his back, I was like, I literally have to make this now.
That's Rigatoni, man. He's full of surprises.
He is.
So, obviously, we talked a little bit about the ending here already, but Jackson, it was so exciting watching that buzzer beater. I got the play pulled up right here. For the viewers, we'll have it up on the screen for you guys to watch along with us. I'm just going to play it here one last time. I think this is the one with Krebs on the mic.
Want me to play it?
Yeah, sure.
All right, smart.
Here we go. It all comes down to this.
3. Yep.
Here goes Hupp. And
the freshman Jackson Hupp with the game winner.
Yeah, that was very hype in the booth. I can definitely say that.
I think Cohen fell on the ground in excitement. It was amazing. Could you just walk us through just what was going on through your head before the play? What was said in the huddle a little bit? Just
before the play, I really just thought hey, we have to get a bucket. That's just all that really was said. We need to really execute this play. I mean, great screen by Cat, like big body as can be. Great entry by Carson, probably one of the best like post entries on the team. Great pass, and then I just had to finish it. I mean, I wasn't really trying to like get myself out of the moment. Like, I was just really trying to focus on the play, not on crowd or anything like that. So
yeah, and I think you guys also did a nice job. Like, I think it was 3.4 seconds. That's a lot of time. So,
yeah.
like, you know, I think it was great patience to wait for the screen. A lot of guys would have rushed that and come across too early, not been as open as Jackson was. So, again, it was a lot of just poise and understanding of the moment and situational intellect down the stretch, which I think is a sign of them growing up, man, which, you know, makes the coach proud for sure.
Our next matchup is a big rivalry game against Prospect this Friday. It's another home game. What are you guys looking forward to for this one, and how are you preparing for them?
Well, you know, the Prospect game is always one that's circled on, you know, their calendar and our calendar. You know, it's always you know, a big rivalry game for us. You know, formerly I was great friends with Coach Camardella, and he's on his sabbatical year and at Harvard now. So the new head coach, Brad Rathie, is a Lake Zurich graduate like myself. He graduated from Lake Zurich when I was in 8th grade. However, his younger brother, Alex, was one of my best friends in high school, and then we lived together for 8 years after college. So I've known Brad since, you know, I've been 9, 10 years old, and now to coach against Brad is a unique experience for both of us. And then obviously Prospect is really good. They're always, you know, fundamental and disciplined. Owen Schneider's a heck of a player. George Acosta's had a great start to the year. And then they got a lot of other guys who are physical and tough and play their roles well, whether it be, you know, Charlie Carroll or Patrick Freeman, Owen Walter, those type of guys. And so they'll be tough to beat, and they'll be ready. You know, I think in a game like Prospect, you have to assume their readiness, and what's important is our willingness to accept their readiness, right, with our own. But we just cannot expect them to just show up flat-footed. They're going to be ready to go. And, you know, for a guy like Owen, who was on the team last year, having lost to us twice last year, he's probably not, you know, super pleased about that. So I think it'll be a great, you know, first 5 minutes, and a very important first 5 minutes, but also, you know, preparing for a lot of the things that they do well is an emphasis in practice this week.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, Jackson, for you only being a freshman, it's your first taste of this rivalry. But, you know, Coach Scott, you've gotten a feel for this rivalry now for the past few years. What would you say is your favorite part about it?
Oh, man. You know, my favorite part about the rivalry is, like, the mutual respect. You know, so, like, in the past, Coach Camardella went to Hersey. He's a graduate of Hersey in '99. So, like, he grew up loving Hersey, and then now he's in Columbia Blue, and it's hard. And now, you know, like, again, with Brad, he's been a Prospect guy since the beginning of his teaching career. And I used to always, like, when I was at Lake Forest, I always rooted for Prospects. I knew both those guys and liked them. They're great people. And they're an easy program to root for because they do things the right way. But now it's funny, you know, like, even when my first year when I was hired, like, everybody was like, yeah, good luck, be Prospect. Like, that's like the afterthought of every conversation. Like, people have, like, this resonating distaste for losing to Prospect, right? And I totally understand that now. But, like, it's a heated rivalry. But there's obviously a ton of mutual respect there. I have a lot of respect for all those guys, you know, who have played in the last 4 years during my tenure, but also, you know, the years prior. There's been a lot of great players at Prospect. You know, Coach Freeman notwithstanding. You know, assists career record holder at Prospect. Fun fact. But Jackson, you guys obviously had, you know, had a heated rivalry and feeder and stuff like that too. So
huge. I mean, last year during COVID, I mean, it was a little challenging because, like, you would always have to wear, like, the mask during the game and stuff like that. But we all just, like, hated each other. Like, it was just, like, a thing where, like, you would go play tournaments and you'd be like, is Prospect here? Like, I have to beat them. Or, like even with, like, Rolling Meadows. But, like, it was always just a heated rivalry. I mean, even during, like, 7th and 6th grade. Like, it just happened, like all 3 years.
And so, like, for me, too, like, I live in Prospect's district, so Dean and Lou will go to Prospect. And that's fine. I think by that time, I'll like, be over it. But, I live so close to – I live 2 blocks away from the high school, so even, like – when our football team lost, unfortunately, and I could still hear their football game going, I would just be bitter. And my wife would be like, what's your problem? Like, Hersey's out. Like, they're not even playing each other. Just be happy for him. I'm like, I am happy for him. And I like Dan DeBuff, the football coach, a lot. Like, we came into the district at the same time. But, it's hard. It's hard to root for your rival, right? Like, I don't think Auburn's rooting for Alabama in the college football playoff. Like, Ohio State's not rooting for Michigan. And I like the Prospect people. I do. Like, if I'm not involved and they're in, like, a regional final, like, go Prospect.
It's
but
crazy for me, too, because, like, I grew up with all these Prospect kids and stuff. And then, like, I never even thought about it.
Right.
And then the second I get here, it's like, all of a sudden, I was like, yeah, I hate Prospect. And it's just like, all right, yeah, that's how it is now.
And I'm sure it's the same from their end. Like, it's all a situated perspective, where you kind of, where your allegiances lie. So... And every rivalry in the MSL East is strong, like Buffalo Grove and Meadows and Wheeling and Elk Grove are the same thing, but like, I don't know, Prospect just hits different, as you guys say. Yeah. Gets me feeling some type of way.
It's definitely one of the it's definitely one of like the first things I think you learn it when you're coming in to the school is that Hersey Prospect rivalry really get engulfed in it, I think.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Quick plug to Alumni Night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Alumni Night. A lot of people are going to be there.
Yeah, we'll have some good alumni. I talked to all the 21s from last year. I think just Wags and Ginder are still in their, they're not able to get home for basketball season, but you'll see Ebo, Randy will be there, Wolf, and then obviously the 20s and 19s too, like, Rocco, Hanno, Jace Cafaro, Rogo, Dan Clausen. So, like, I'm excited to see all those guys. Big Nom. So, like, I'm really excited. And that makes my year to see those guys, like, and they'll be fist pumping if we do, Clausen was notorious for, like, shooting the arrows into the crowd after he made threes against Prospect.
That no-jump jumper.
Yep.
Crazy.
Wet ball, man. Wet ball.
Are you going to ask Randall about the dumpster incident? You've been talking so much about
I was there. I know, man. I was there, yeah. I screamed at him at the time. Every team needs a guy like Ben, whereas, like, Wags is super serious, okay? And he would always set the tone and, like, get in guys' face, like, when they needed to correct something. And then Randall was always just, like, having the time of his life. He'd be, like, giggling, pulling jokes, like, hiding people's shorts before the game so they'd freak out, throwing people in dumpsters. Like, that's Randall. Every team needs him to lighten the mood a little bit. And he was great at that. He's just a fun-loving guy. And anybody that knows Ben would testify to that, too.
All right, so moving on to our favorite part of this podcast. Jackson, you ready for the unscripted portion?
I'm so ready.
All right, well, kicking off of the first one here, everyone's favorite question. I bet, Coach Scott, we were talking about this before. We're dying to know who is your celebrity crush?
I'm thinking like a Disney Channel superstar here.
Actually, no. You got to go with Scarlett Johansson.
Ooh.
Okay. That's a first, I think.
She's a married woman now.
I wasn't ready for that one. All right.
Married to Kyle Jost. You know Kyle Jost? SNL guy. He does Weekend Update. Yeah. Good comedian.
That dude is pretty funny.
What's your favorite ScarJo movie?
Oof. Black Widow's a good one. Black Widow. The newest one's actually pretty good.
I actually haven't seen the Black Widow movie itself, but
it's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Is that like a Marvel movie or something?
Yeah.
That's Coach White's realm. I'm out. I'm out on Marvel.
This is what I'm excited for you. What is a meal you can prepare on your own?
Ooh, Big Jack's in the kitchen. Come on, Miss Dudzik listens to this. You're in her class.
Box of Kraft mac and cheese.
All right,
okay.
Just get that out.
There we go.
Whip it up.
Okay, I have a follow-up question to this because when my sons eat a lot of mac and cheese, all right, and my wife is always like throwing like sour cream in there to thicken the sauce. I'm like, what? Or butter? I'm like, was this normal?
Watch this.
Is this normal? Do you do that?
No.
Creamer, like the
coffee creamer?
Yeah. crazy. You will not regret it. Trust me. Crazy.
You put coffee creamer.
So it makes the cheese like thick, dude. Big trust. Big trust. That's
See, I'm actually like if I'm going
noodles,
if I'm going easy noodles, I'm just going buttered noodles. I don't even need the cheese.
Yeah.
Like that fake powdered cheese. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Born in Wisconsin, I can't do that to myself.
Who is your favorite NBA player? It could be
I
current,
already know this.
or it could be all time.
Yeah.
All right. Nikola Jokic.
Yeah,
There we
that's
go.
I'd
right.
go with Big
Baby.
Jokic. Baby Jokic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you think we'll ever like buzz the head in homage?
I mean, maybe.
gosh.
I made a bet with Max. I said if we win the next 2 games in a row, I'll shave my head.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
Incentive.
Incentive. Wow.
I love
Said
it.
Wow. All right. That's
Now it's
exciting.
public. It's
Yeah,
public knowledge
that's
now.
exciting.
Like, 'cause I
All
know
right.
Birch made that. He made a bet with like Bonchi and Kat that he would shave his head if something happened in football, and it did. And then Birch there, with the beautiful head of hair that he has. So, all right, now that it's publicly recorded, we'll get the pressure out.
Favorite pregame song?
Ooh. It's gotta be like a Taylor Swift song. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, T Swift fan.
Any
There we go.
T Swift song.
I respect.
Yeah.
Just
What's your favorite T Swift song? Are you like a?
It's like I put it on just shuffle.
Yeah, you
and
just
like,
go into her name and
Yep.
yeah. All right.
shuffle.
For some reason, and I don't know if this is from and I'm not even a Cubs fan, but I thought this was like a great walk-up song when Rizzo had this. Like Bad Blood just gets me going,
Yeah.
man. I don't know why. And, like
I forgot he had that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
because he had him varying through his at bats. Like he had the dance
I'm
song,
pretty sure it's like
Yeah.
in an order.
Yeah.
Like every time. Yeah.
but then Bad Blood would always come on in like huge moments,
Yeah.
and it's like, man, just want to mash the ball.
Yeah.
What is your favorite animal?
That's such a random one.
Animal. Ooh. What is your spirit animal? Maybe
Spirit
Yeah,
animal?
honestly, let's change it to that. What is your spirit animal?
My
That sounds
spirit
better.
the self-diagnosed spirit animal is a tough question.
I couldn't give you one.
Ah,
Spirit animal.
I'd probably have to say a giraffe.
Oh,
Okay.
There we go.
Giraffe.
giraffes are a little weak in
Interesting.
the knees, though. You got.
Oh, that is
You
true.
have good knees.
Oh, I have great knees.
I was actually reading the baby book last night. Giraffes Can't Dance. Have you read this?
When I was younger, yes.
Yeah, and it's all about his knees and then him dancing to his own beat. Dean liked it.
Wow.
Shout out real quick, Miss Becker. Miss Becker is the spirit animal liaison of Hersey, so she gives all sorts of Hersey teachers different spirit animals based on their personality traits. I am the wolf.
I was just about to ask what yours was.
She is the peacock. If you have any other, anybody else,
Wow.
Mr. Rogers is a hawk, I believe. Dr. Groh is a bear.
Those all make sense to me.
Yeah, and then she goes through these renditions where it'll be like a 15-minute explanation with 25 other teachers around about the attributes that they share. It's actually, Mrs. Becker is a really insightful spirit animal giver.
She does her research.
She does her research. She knows her animal kingdom for sure.
Who on the team has the best chance of being president someday?
100% Jackson
Yeah,
Hupp.
yeah.
That's been the answer.
Yeah, it's been.
Yeah.
I mean, just the way he holds himself, just walking around the halls any time of the day. Super smart.
Yeah.
When I saw him on the National Hispanic.
Yeah,
Yeah, I knew it.
Hispanic
I was
NHS.
Yep.
When I saw his name, I was like, "Yep, that's on the podcast."
Yep.
Then he's grown out his mustache too.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very presidential look.
What is your favorite vacation spot?
Oof.
And don't say Eastern Ohio or something like that.
No, definitely not that. I'd probably have to go with either the Florida Keys or
Ooh,
the Bahamas.
Florida Keys.
We've been going to the Florida Keys for spring break for so long. It's just so beautiful. They have separate islands, and there's a couple of towns that are just super crowded, but it's really nice to just get out.
As a follow-up question to the Florida Keys, are you a big Jimmy Buffett fan?
Oh.
Oh, you
Christy Krebs is. You can best
Love
believe
that.
I,
Love that.
I can get down with some of that, but
Living on sponge cake, man.
yeah, you can always get you some of that down there.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been to two Jimmy Buffett concerts.
Really? I've been to one too. My senior year in high school, I went to one as well. Wild time with the Parrot Heads.
I'm a little confused by this one, but we're gonna roll with it. If you could go back in time and change history, would you? Are you like referring to like a certain thing, or just like if you could?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Or what era would you want
what
to be
era
in?
would you want to go in?
What I want to
Like,
go
what's
back?
something
Yeah.
you would go and see? I think I know mine.
Man, this is a hard one.
Yeah.
What would I go?
This is a very philosophical
How
question.
about you? Well, he thinks.
I am a huge American history guy, but
Yeah.
I'm not going there for this. I'm
Okay.
going ancient Rome,
Oh, okay.
Colosseum. Like, have you ever
Oh,
seen
wow.
Gladiator?
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Strength
yeah.
and honor.
Yeah. You
Like, I'm going to watch a gladiator match in
watch
the Coliseum.
Okay. Yeah.
Like someone's head getting chopped
Yeah,
off.
that's crazy.
I'm not like a
Yeah.
blood and guts kind of guy, but that's just some wild stuff. I need to be
that is
there. I need to
wild.
be there for that.
Yeah.
Fly on the wall.
Honest, that's a good one. And
Yeah.
I think I'm going to switch mine to that as well.
Okay.
I think I want to go back to like Greece.
Okay.
Greece, just like in the middle of everything, just like
Greek gods and goddesses.
Yeah,
Greek
I
gods
mess
and
with that. I
goddesses.
mess with that.
Yeah.
Some Odyssey stuff.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mess with that.
Okay.
I mess with that.
Great question.
Yeah.
Is that a Durkin original?
That's
I was thinking of
actually-
it. I wanted to do something with going back in time.
That's a Durkee
And then-
doozy right
Yeah,
there.
That was
that was a pretty good one.
Final one here. What is your favorite drill in practice, and what is your least favorite?
Okay, so I'm gonna get least favorite out of the way. Hell in the Cell.
That's the
Yeah,
one Cat
that's
said,
what
right?
Cat said.
Yeah.
And it's different for post guys too, because they're like, we don't have that many post guys on our team. So when like it's a post drill, it's like generally Jackson and Cat, and then like Gazda and Woody a little bit, and McCarthy, but like
Yeah.
mostly Jackson and Cat are in the center of it. So like that's
Man, that just gets you worn out. Like couple seconds in, like 30 seconds in, you're already done. Like it's like you're like drained physically, and you're like, ugh. Favorite, man. Probably just like competitions. Like there's like 5-on-5 on 5. There's a couple other ones that I forgot about, but they were actually pretty fun. Like just like competing against your teammates and just like kind of seeing like where you are with them. Like it's just like really fun.
100%.
Okay, well, that is it for our unscripted coach. Jackson, do you guys have any shout-outs?
Jax, go first, man. Give shout outs.
You know, I got to give a shout out to a couple people. My sister, you know, Emma Hupp.
E-Hupp in the house.
You got to give a shout out to the Hersey gymnastics team. You know, I gotta represent.
I
them.
saw her stick that bars routine. Uneven bars, not easy. They were like,
No.
they're doing giants, dismounts, sticking the landing, and then they go bananas
Yeah.
when someone else sticks
I'm just
it.
saying,
And
you
I love
guys
that.
You guys got to come out for one. I mean, it's super fun.
I can't say I've ever watched gymnastics once.
Not even Olympic gymnastics?
Like on the TV, yeah, like Simone Biles was dope, but like I don't.
Yeah, but once
These
you
girls,
see it in
these
person-
girls can flip, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you see it in person, it'll change your mind. I'm sorry.
Probably much better than what we do before
Yeah.
announcing.
Do you guys do some calisthenics up there?
We tried.
We
We tried
did
to.
some
Yeah.
flips and stuff. Yeah.
But you got to give a shout out to them. Just like, I don't know who else, man.
Yeah, I got a few shout outs. Number one, my main man, Alex Jalaka. Shout out Jalaka. Jalaka, so,
He's gonna say it.
you know, I texted him last week. I'm like, hey, you coming to the game? He's like, man, I got work. But he found his way there. He always finds a way. And then yesterday, he's like, Coach, I'm taking off work on Friday. So he's sacrificing his paycheck, his personal well-being to be there for the Huskies. I love Jalaka, man. He's one of my favorite people. Always quick with a one-liner, too. Huge Jalaka fan. Shout out to our statisticians. Armstrong and Clausen have been doing a great job while cheering. You know,
True.
they can multitask there. You love to see that. And then shout out teachers. Finals week. You know, they've done a great job with our players, but everybody, man. Teachers, they go bend over backwards. They get kids final scores in the grade book. You know, kids don't turn stuff in. That's 3 months overdue. They still give them credit, get them to the next you know, grade up or with grade they desire or whatever the case is. Teachers, man, superheroes. Okay? Love those people.
Before we go, I have to say something about the stat. Give me the word. Statistician.
Statistician.
Statistician. All right, yeah.
SAT word for Krebs.
I was when we were up there, I was looking, and like someone hit a really big shot, and I just see Jack turn around to Clausen and tap. He's like, "Who was it? Who was it?"
Yeah.
And it was hysterical. I could not stop laughing at those two.
You know, we've had some legendary statisticians. Like, shout out Casper was the first one my first year. And then it was Miza and Hanksler. They were a ragtag group. But did a nice job. And then last year we took the year off statisticians. Now we got, you know, two should have been all-conference football players. I know Armstrong was. Clausen would have been had he not been injured. So, yeah, I love those guys, man. Great stuff. And then I wish our team best of luck in finals. I know they're kind of zoned in. Also, final shout-out, Mr. Gunther helped us out setting up our community service mission today that we're going and delivering all our home furnishings to a couple kids who have got their first apartment who had been plagued with some homelessness issues in their past. So we're taking care of them, and they did a great job. The kids did, shopping over $1,000 worth of stuff to furnish their first apartment. So we're excited to do that this afternoon.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this edition of Hersey Hoops. Thank you guys for watching. To any students watching this, good luck on finals week, and we'll see you in the next one.